persons as you can, just like the way we did before. Share it to all the groups that you're in, share it to all your connects. I think the team made a mistake while setting up the meeting link. So please let's share it. To apologize for that little glitch. Let's share it to as many persons as possible. Let's go to all our groups. I'm doing it from my own end right now also. Please let's go to our groups and then share it to groups as many persons as possible that we can share and then bring everyone back on the call. Thank you so much. Coach will be joining us shortly, and then we will take up the session again. So let's go to our various groups. Any group you are in, please go type "We are live" with the new link. Um, Type that you should join with the new link. Join with the new link so that everybody can join in the session. I'm doing that already from my link. All right. Okay, welcome back, Coach.
Thank you.
You can go ahead, sir. You can go ahead. Okay, so before Coach takes it up, like I mentioned, please let's reshare the new link to as many persons as possible, and then let's get them back on the call. As many places as in your statuses and everywhere. Just delete the old one from your status and repost this new one so that people don't get to join the other one. So please let's join in again. All right, sir. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. Um, should we wait a few minutes, or we should just go ahead?
1 minute and then you can take it up.
Okay,
Yes. Once it's 11:05, we'll take it up.
okay.
So while we're waiting, let's share. You know how we did it generously the last time. Share to 5 persons, share to 10 persons, share it to 5 groups, share it to as many persons as possible. Let's get them to join the call back. I hope that person that was saying is not in any of the groups. I hope he was able to join the meeting. Sorry, get it from the comment section in the previous one before it went off.
Okay, it's
All right, go
11:05.
ahead, sir.
There we go. Thank you. So another important thing that most people are not cognizant of is what I like to refer to as time intelligence. Um, the things that we want to accomplish in this life will be powered by the level of time consciousness or time intelligence you're able to build. Now, in a day, there is 24 hours, there is 1,440 minutes, and there is 86,400 seconds. Can we all mute your mics, please? Thank you. Time in a day is 24 hours, 1,444 minutes, 86,400 seconds. Time in a week is 168 hours, 10,080 minutes, 604,800 seconds. Time in a month is 730 hours. Please, as you join, kindly just mute your mic. That should be the standard procedure. 730 hours in a month, 43,800 minutes in a month, 2,628,000 seconds in a month. Time in a year, 8,760 hours, 525,600 minutes, 31,536,000 seconds. Time in 1 decade, 87,600 hours, 256,000 minutes, 315,360,000 seconds. I tell people that you don't need more than a decade to achieve uncommon success in any avocation of life, most especially in the 21st century. most especially in the tech-powered 21st century, most especially in the information-powered 21st century. You don't need more than a decade to achieve uncommon success in any field of life, in any field of endeavor. You know what you're doing. Now, if you ask yourself, how old am I? For how long have I been in the craft or in the profession or in the avocation or in the vocation or in the industry or in the sector that I belong to right now? For how long have I been there? Use this time intelligence to ask yourself the question, then know if you have been maximizing the time that you have had or you have been squandering it. Right? This lets you have an idea of how much you have squandered or how much you have gainfully invested. If you're not powering your salesmanship, your consulting, your real estate consulting, your managerial role from the standpoint of time intelligence, trust me, all you are going to be doing is squandering the time you have on a day-to-day basis. What does it mean to be an executive? Because you hear some people say, oh, I'm a sales executive or I'm a chief executive, right? Chief executive officer. What it means to be an executive is that at least 50% of your awake time is invested into the things that has to do with your avocation, that has to do with your profession, that has to do with your craft, that has to do with your job, that has to do with your work. At least 50% of your awake time is invested or expended into that thing. For instance, as a sales executive, as an area sales manager, as a real estate consultant, as a realtor, you are not an executive yet if you do not spend or invest or expend up to 8 hours per day, to salesmanship activities. You are not an executive yet. See, for you to say that you are a chief executive officer, it means that you invest up to 12 hours at least per day into the activities of your business. That is what makes you a chief executive officer, not that you have registered a business with CAC. That is not what makes you a CEO. There are 16 hours awake time. There are 24 hours in a day. You are expected to sleep for 8 hours, right? Now, you are expected to be awake for 16 hours. How much of that 16 hours are you dedicating to the job or to the work or to the activities of salesmanship, to the activities of the business of the day? How much? Are you aware that there are so-called real estate consultants who don't even dedicate up to 2 hours per day to salesmanship activities, let alone 4 hours? You'll be shocked that these people can expend 14 hours jumping from gossip blog to another gossip blog to social media influencer to entertainers content. You'll be shocked that they can spend 18 hours and not even spend 30 minutes on the activities of salesmanship. I tell people that result production is not magic. It's not something you pray about or you pray for. It is on the basis of understanding the pillars of salesmanship. And once you understand that these are the pillars of salesmanship, your job is to ask yourself, how many of these pillars am I going to deploy? You know what? Let me just quickly run to the pillars and then I'll come back. These are the pillars of salesmanship. Anyone who says they are in sales or they're in real estate and they don't deploy at least 6 of these pillars on a day-to-day basis, they are just fooling themselves. And we can predict their future. They won't produce results. They will be the people that you will meet and they will be telling you that, you ask them, so how far with sales? And they'll be like, oh, I'm hoping to make sales. I'm praying to make sales. It is not prayer that makes you make sales. It is the deployment of the pillars of salesmanship that makes you make sales. Now, what are the pillars of salesmanship? Number one is industry knowledge. Industry knowledge. Because see, as an executive that you say that you are, as a real estate consultant is a real estate executive. As an executive that you say you are, one of your major focuses should be becoming an authority in your industry. And you are not going to become an authority in the real estate industry or recognize authority in the real estate industry if you have zero industry knowledge. So industry knowledge is number one pillar of salesmanship. Number two is product knowledge. How much of the products that you say you have, that you say you are marketing, do you know in total? Product knowledge is the second important pillar of salesmanship. In the 21st century, the third important pillar of salesmanship is content marketing, content creation, content marketing. I'm sure you heard the statement, content is king. If you don't know how to create content, learn it. All of us that create content, we learned it. We did not bring it from our mother's womb. Content marketing is a very, very major pillar of salesmanship. The fourth pillar of salesmanship is personal branding. One of the instruments for engineering yourself as an authority in the real estate industry is by deploying personal branding. Personal branding. The fifth important pillar is advertising. Advertising are the posts that you make on social media. There is paid advertising, there is, organic advertising, non-paid advertising. Either ways, when you post on social media, that is advertising. Prospecting is another pillar. Advertising is the oxygen of your salesmanship. If you're one of those people who say things like, I've been posting on social media, I've not made any sale, so you want to stop posting, it's because you don't understand that advertising is not selling. Advertising is a different pillar from selling. You're not selling because you're not selling. You're not supposed to sell because you're advertising. You're supposed to sell because you are selling. Because it is a different thing entirely from advertising. But you can't say that because you have not sold, you are going to stop advertising. Because that means that you want to suffocate your salesmanship. Because advertising is the oxygen of salesmanship. You are meant to keep advertising, whether you have sold or not. You are supposed to learn and master selling to be able to sell. Because advertising plays a subtle role in ensuring that you are able to sell. Because I've been to places where people tell me that, you're that guy that I saw on TikTok. You see, if I didn't post that thing on TikTok, there's no way they will have seen me. And there's no way I will have had a soft landing when I came to their place of business. So you need to understand the different pillars of salesmanship. Once you understand it becomes game changing for you. Now, prospecting is another pillar of salesmanship. Prospecting is how you pour water on the ground of your salesmanship. Prospecting is the lubricator. Is the way you lubricate your salesmanship. It's one of the major lubricants of salesmanship. You are meant to prospect at least 3 to 5 times every week. Prospecting is like evangelism in Christianity. If you are not prospecting, new people are not going to know about your business. More people will not know about your business if you're not prospecting. Prospecting is simply letting new people or more people be aware that you operate in the industry you operate in. Letting more people be aware that you operate in the real estate industry. That is prospecting. And whatever it will take is what you must give it. Because the more people who are aware of your business, the more people who are aware that you are a real estate consultant, that you're an area sales manager, that you're a realtor, that you're a field sales agent, the higher your chances of closing a sale. Understand that sales is a numbers game. See, this week, okay, last week, and this week as well, I have had appointment with a lot of people. I'm going to talk about that right now. I've had an appointment with a lot of people, and most of them have not bought yet. But guess what? It is the number of people I'm able to have appointments with that will determine my next sale, that will determine how quick I will make my next sale. If I want to make a sale, I should have an appointment with 100 people. If I want to make 2 sales, I should book an appointment with 200 people. All right? So prospecting is how you are going to get more people to book appointments with. Now, the next important pillar of salesmanship is list building. A salesperson must always be building lists, must always be updating their list, their asset list, their client list, their prospect list. Those 3 lists are the 3 important lists you must be updating. List building is one of the major pillars of salesmanship. If I ask you right now, did you add to any of your list yesterday? If you can't tell me yes, you're not doing what you ought to be doing as a salesperson. If I ask you, how many people have you added to your asset list, to your prospect list, to your client list in the last 1 month, and you can't give me a figure, it simply means that you are not proactively building lists. See, you don't need even to run ads. You don't even need to run ads to build lists. There are 365 days in a year. If you only prospect 5 people per day, that is 365 times 5. If you prospect 10 people per day organically, and as a matter of fact, I am a proponent of organic everything, because I've invested over $5,000 in ads, and I can tell you that I've made more money from putting in the work of organic everything, organic marketing, organic prospecting, organic advertising, organic branding, organic product knowledge, industry knowledge. I've made more money from organic than from running ads. You even run the ads and somebody will tell you, me and my family, we've not eaten since 2 days ago, from your own ad money, right? When it comes to high ticket industries, like the real estate industry, organic everything is the surest part. It's just that for you to marshal organic everything, you need to be, your work ethic needs to be next level. You're not the one that will be giving 30 minutes per day to your salesmanship activities. You're not the one that will be giving 1 hour or 2 hours. We're talking about 6 hours, 8 hours per day. Hardcore salesmanship activities. If you're able to do that, I mean, you have 16 hours of wait time. If you can't give 8 hours to salesmanship activities per day, and it is these pillars that determines your salesmanship activities. There is no other way. You break through to sales on the back of the deployment of the pillars of salesmanship. How many of these pillars are you deploying? Are you marrying? Are you marinating together on a day-to-day basis? Because you definitely cannot, wield all the pillars per day, right? Maybe on Monday, all you are doing is content marketing, some advertising, some prospecting, some list building. Maybe it's Tuesday that you're not going to be doing, because I tell people that the middle days of the week are the most ideal time for you to make sales calls. Making sales calls on a Monday, if it's not a return call, maybe you made a call last week Wednesday and the person said, call me on Monday morning by 9 a.m. If it's not that, if it's a cold call or a first time call and you're doing it on a Monday, you are most likely, you don't understand the psychology of the business week. You don't understand the psychology of the days of the business week, because most people are trying to focus on setting up a route for the business week on Monday. So they want somebody to come and do business with them on Monday, not them wanting to do business with you on Monday. So I tell people that when it comes to sales calling, you leverage the middle days of the week, Tuesdays to Friday. And even Friday, it's max by 12 noon. Anything after 12 noon on Friday, everybody's already in thank God it's Friday vibe. So they're not about to give you attention when it comes to sales calling. So Tuesday to noon on Friday is are the best time for you to make sales calls. Right? So sales calling is another pillar of salesmanship. Another major pillar, as a matter of fact. Because a lot of salespeople who struggle don't make sales calls. Because most of them, they are thinking of, oh, if I make this sales call now, and then this person tells me no, or this person, rubbishes me, I won't like it, because of fear of rejection. Salesmanship is the business of rejection. You are going to get more rejections than more acceptations, if there's anything like that, or acceptations. You are going to be rejected more than you'll be accepted. So know that salesmanship is the business of rejection. The Yorubas will say, "Wafi shosun, wafi para." You use it as an ointment and use it to rub your skin so that you have thick skin. A salesperson who is afraid of rejection is not doing what they ought to be doing. I've been rejected this week. I was rejected yesterday because we went out on some market storm yesterday for a particular brand that one of my companies consult for. I was rejected yesterday. It doesn't matter. It's part of the game. See, there's a book titled Getting to the Yes. It's a book on sales. Getting to the Yes. You are literally giving yourself a daily target that how many no's would I need to get today before I get to the first yes? There's a statistics behind it. Because see, everybody that you meet are in a different frame of mind. Somebody maybe just got served with breakfast and you don't know. And you are trying to call the person and the person is like, don't disturb me. You don't know. So it's not necessarily about you. It is also about their state of mind at that point. You might be calling someone who just had a fight with his wife. You might be calling someone who just lost 100 million naira in some deal. You don't know. So, I tell salespeople that don't make it about yourself. Don't make the rejection about you. It's not like, is it I'm terrible at selling? Or is there something wrong with me? No, don't do that. It's a business. It is just a business. Even though you should be your best self, you should show up, with your A game and all of that, but you can still show up with your A game and all and still get rejected. It is part of the game. Now, so sales calling, I tell people to endeavor to make 10 sales calls per day at least, 60 sales calls per week at least, 240 sales calls per month at least. See, one of the statistics that changed my life about sales calling in 2018, when I was drowning in debts. 2018, I was in debt of over 4 million naira. I read this book, The 10X Rule, in 2018. That was the game-changing book for me. From 2018 till now, my salesmanship game has been crazy from 2018 till now. But I also came across a statistics in 2018 that says that an average salesperson in the US that makes $1 million or more per annum in sales, $1 million per annum, they make at least 18,000 calls per annum, 18,000 sales calls, 18,000. That is over 1,600 sales calls per month. That is about 400 calls per week. See, when we say sales is a numbers game, this is part of what we mean. See, if you are able to talk one, trust me, you have gained the higher the ratio. For maybe it is 100 to 1, 100 people to 1 sale. There are people who now they've gotten so good that it's 10 people to 1. They talk to 10 people and 1 person will buy. There are some who they've gotten so good that it's 20 people to 1. So, but typically, as a starter, 100. Because see, it is in the talking to multiple people that you are going to get good at creating instant rapport with people. It is because I've talked to more than 1,000 people so far. Since I've talked to, I'm sure, more than 5,000 people. So I've gotten good now. I've gotten so good now, but still, I still get rejected. I mean, when I say rejected, it's not like maybe they'll just reject me, but that they did not buy is my own way of saying that I was rejected. I still get the rejections, but I will not allow that stop me. When it comes to prospecting, there is a formula I introduced to salespeople. 2 formulas. There's one called Formula 5, and there's one called Formula 20 to 100. Formula 20 to 100. Formula 5 is talking to 5 people offline every day. So Formula 5, Formula 30. 5 people per day, 30 people per week. Now, Formula 20 to 100 is talking to between 20 and 100 people, prospecting between 20 and 100 people online per day. So we're talking about between 120 and 600 people per week should be prospected by you. This is the job of salesmanship. It is not just going on gossip blog and, comedy skit makers content on social media. I'm like, you're typing emoji under the comment section. Oh, this guy is so funny. Oh, yada, 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 yada. These are the activities of a salesperson. The activities that is tantamount to the pillars of salesmanship. So so marketing is another major pillar of salesmanship. Marketing, the process involved, all the process involved from opening a sales process with a prospect, marketing. That sales cycle is marketing. Everything, every creative thing you need to do is marketing. Now, appointment setting. I tell people that you don't sell over the phone. You cannot sell a 152 million naira property over the phone. Even if the person is in diaspora, you still cannot sell it over the phone. The primary essence of a sales call is to book an appointment. How many people have you were on the phone on WhatsApp call, audio WhatsApp call, 1 hour. They say they are in the diaspora, 1.5 hours, and they still did not buy. It's because you don't understand the principles of salesmanship. You let them push you into silence. You make a sales call to book appointment. How you doing, madam? How you doing, sir? How you doing, Mr. Adetunji? How's the family? How's business? I'm calling you to, let you know that there is a very, very important information in the real estate industry that just came out, and some of these smart Nigerian investors are getting their hands on this information, and it's helping to aid their investment decisions. When can I book an appointment with you? Because I would like to share this information with you. I would like to, present this information to you. Is tomorrow by 2 p.m. okay? Whether it is a physical appointment or a virtual appointment, book the appointment. The essence of a sales call is for appointment setting, nothing else. It is not to talk too much. It's not to say, oh, this property, we have this. No, you don't say anything on sales call other than everything that has to do with you booking the appointment. If you want to close deals faster, quit trying to tell them about the property over the phone, over a phone call, as an audio call. Appointment means a FaceTime, a face-to-face conversation. They are seeing your face, you are seeing their face. That is an appointment. So it can be physical and it can be virtual. If it is virtual, we're talking about Google Meet, we're talking about Zoom, we're talking about WhatsApp video call. Anything, don't anything outside of that. Don't let them tell you that let's do it on Facebook video, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger. You either take them to Zoom, or you take them to Google Meets, or you manage WhatsApp video call if they prefer that. Because you can make a presentation on WhatsApp now. You can share your screen on WhatsApp. The reason you don't want to agree with them on a Facebook Messenger or on a Instagram Messenger is because you can't share a slide on that. You can share a slide on Google Meet. You can share a slide on Zoom. You can share a slide on WhatsApp video call. Because see, if it's an appointment, you want to make a presentation. So you should get your presentation slide ready. That is how they will see you as a professional, and that is how they will begin to tilt. You begin to influence the tilting of the pendulum of their decision making in the positive direction. So appointment setting, I tell people to try to book 5 appointments per day, meaning that you should try to book 30 appointments per week. If you're making 10 sales calls per day, right, at least you should be able to successfully book 5 appointments. So appointment setting is one major pillar that 97, 98, 99% of salespeople do not even do at all. They don't set appointments. They are not proactive about setting appointments. It is not a front-end pillar for them. You even ask some salespeople, when was the last time you booked an appointment with any with anybody, with any client, and they can't even remember? It's because they are not proactive about it. Right? Now, selling is a major pillar of salesmanship. When we say selling, we mean bringing value. We mean value-powered relationship building. That is selling. You are not trying to... Selling is not, how you doing, sir? I just want to remind you about that property. Or, how you doing, sir? I have a property that I would like to introduce to you. That's not selling. They will keep quiet. They will keep mute on you. Selling is bringing back-to-back value that prospect appreciates. And the only way you're going to be able to give them value that they appreciate is if you have carried out needs analysis on them. There is something I refer to as prospect report card. Everybody you are trying to talk to, you should have a report card profile for them, where you carry out a profiling, you carry out an homework about them, and you are proactive about ensuring that you find out every detail about them. Are they single? Are they married? How old are they? Where do they live? Where do they work? Or do they have a business? What kind of business? What industry do they operate in? Do they belong to any kind of ACE social club, like Ikoyi Club, like Lion Club, like Rotary Club, like Polo Club, like Lagos Yacht Club? You know, you must have that report card, because it is on the back of the report card that you're going to be able to speak the language they understand. And trust me, if you don't speak the language your prospect understands, they are not going to do business with you. So for you to be able to speak the succinct language they understand, you must be able to carry out the homework on them. See, you can't use the report card of prospect A for prospect B, so you need to do that work on each of your prospects. This is how you move the needle towards a close, right? These are part of the things that entails selling. Now, closing is different from selling. Closing is one of the pillars of salesmanship, and it basically is about you just saying, okay, so are you ready to make payments? Are you ready to make payments today? When it comes to closing, the golden question is, are you ready to make payment today? Don't even say, you see people say they want to ask them, when are you ready to make payment? No, that's not the question. The question is, are you ready to make payment today? After you have dotted your I's and crossed your T's, after you have given them back-to-back value, then a particular day that you feel that, okay, I think I've given enough value. Okay, sir. So based off of all the value and all of the information about the properties I've shared with you, are you ready to make payment today? Because see, you can't afford to be projecting your maybe you don't have up to 550,000 in your account, and you are now projecting your lack of millions of naira in your account on your prospect. You're like thinking, maybe they might not have the money. See, if you are that kind of salesperson, you are cheating yourself. Once you have given them the information, the next thing is, are you ready to make payment today? Let it now be them that will tell you that, oh no, not today, but I'm looking at next week Tuesday. Oh, okay. So it's by next week Tuesday, the property will have appreciated, if it will have appreciated, because you need to create some kind of, you need to get them to commit. So I would need you, sir, to make an initial deposit so that you can lock down the current price. This is part of what closing entails. See, if you are still someone who is easily intimidated, if you are still someone who feels intimidated by somebody who is richer than you, it simply means that you have not invested in your self-worth yet, and you need to do that very quickly. I can get into a room when 99 people are in that room, and I'm the 100th person, and I'm the poorest in that room, and I'll see how people who are richer than me feel intimidated by me. Why? Because I've invested heavily into my self-worth. So I carry myself on the basis of my knowledge and my consciousness of my self-worth. That's why somebody who is richer than me will even compliment the way I'm dressed, will compliment the way I walk, will compliment the way I talk, because I am consciously investing in my self-worth. Because see, your bank account is a reflection of your self-worth. Just know this. If 1 month cannot pass and then 2 million can be in your account and stay in your account for 1 month, just know that your self-worth needs to be worked on, let alone 500K. But if you are there right now, it's okay. But know that you need to work on it. Because these things have a way of showing on your face. These things have a way of showing on the psychology of your body language. And guess what? Most wealthy people can read these subtle things, these subtle communications that you don't even know that you are communicating. Right? So you can't be someone who doesn't ask for the close. Right? Then referraling is one of the major pillars of salesmanship, and then power networking. Now let's go back to definitely we cannot cover everything about this class, but now let's talk about tools mastery. I think I have just 5 minutes left. Tools mastery. When it comes to producing results, when it comes to getting prospects to buy from you, you must understand that it is on the basis of the tools that you have that you are going to be able to close a sale. To produce results in real estate, what you need to know are tools. The tools of your craft are the things that you are going to use to produce results. Now, number one tool is you. You are a tool. You are a resource. That's why you hear the term human resources, because you are a resource. You are a tool, and you must treat yourself like a tool that you are. Right? Number two, your smartphone and your laptop are tools. These are tools that you use to carry out the activities of salesmanship, not to be binge watching Netflix, not to be watching season movies. It is a tool of your craft. Number three, your contact list. I've talked about that already. Number four, your vision and action board. Let me show you an example of a vision board. This is a vision board, right? If you want to go far in sales, you must create a vision board for yourself. I'm sure that in subsequent times we'll have a class on how to create a vision board and the essence of the vision board, right? Number five is your schedule. Your schedule is what you plan to do in terms of the specific activities that will lead to a sale, that will lead to sales. That's your schedule. I'm going to meet with the CEO of First Bank. I'm going to meet with the managing director of Cadbury Nigeria PLC. Schedule, appointments. That is what your schedule is about, the appointments for the entire month. Now, if you're not proactive about booking an appointment, there's no way you're going to fill up your schedule with viable appointments that will eventually lead to sales, right? Your schedule. Number 6, your content creation tools, your Canva, the camera on your phone, your notepads, right? Your Writer P, your Evernote apps, right? Your video editing tools, your InShot, your CapCut. These are your content creation tools. These are part of the tools you deploy for powering your salesmanship activities. Social media apps is your next tool. Social media is not social media. It is advertising media. It is marketing media. It is prospecting media. It is selling media. It is closing media. Right? Social media apps, instant messaging and emailing apps. Your WhatsApp is not just for chatting with friends. It is a major tool for closing deals. The instant messaging, the Telegram, your emails. These are part of the tools. If I ask you right now, when was the last time you sent an email to a prospect? Would you be able to tell me? Tell us in the comment section. When was the last time you sent an email to a prospect? Are you aware that most multimillionaires and billionaires do more emailing than WhatsApping? Are you aware? That the only people who don't do emailing are jobless people, are broke people. Most wealthy people, most rich people do emailing. If you say you are in sales and you can't remember the last time you sent an email to a prospect, just know that you have not really started salesmanship. Now, video conferencing apps is part of the tools. It's part of the tools of your craft as a salesperson. Right? The Google Meet that we're on right now, Zoom, right? WhatsApp video. These are video conferencing apps because you see, you book more virtual appointments than physical appointments. I book like 90% of all my appointments are virtual, right? So you learn to relate with all these tools as the tools of your craft. Then socio-economic networks that you belong to, your primary school alumni group, your secondary school alumni group, your church group, your tertiary institution alumni group, the other social network you belong to. You were a member of JCI, right? Rotaractor, Rotary Club, Lions Club, Ikoyi Club, Lagos Polo Club, Lagos Yacht Club. These are part of the tools of your craft, and you should learn to use them as the tools that they are. And then finally, mentorship and coaching. If you don't have a coach, if you don't have a mentor, someone who has gone ahead, who you can leverage their practical insights for fast-tracking mastery, then you are not really going to fast-track your status or your competency to the place of mastery. I hope that makes sense. I think we've exhausted our time. This is not a class that we can rush, but I hope I've been able to touch on some important points. And whatever it is that I've said, I hope that it has helped you to see clearly how to leverage psychology and how to position yourself psychologically to be able to get your prospects, to get people on your asset list to make a buying decision. Over to you, Abel.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. It's been a very amazing session. Honestly, my book is full. If you guys think I wasn't taking notes, let me show you. I've been taking notes of everything that was being taught, and we are going to be taking questions. Right, we are having less than 15 minutes to end this call. So we are going to be taking questions. But let me point out something that Coach actually said that really interested me. He said there are two mindsets. There are two mindsets: the poverty mindset and then the wealthy mindset. There is no in between. That was so powerful. And now I could actually relate that to what Clement Stone, one of the great salespersons, said. He said your sales is dependent more on your mindset than even your market. Clement Stone, one of the great salespeople, he said your sales is dependent more on your mindset than even your market. So if there is anything you want to take out of the session today, is that you should work on your mindset. Coach Seun said you should audit yourself, right? Now, every sale has 5 basic obstacles. Every sale has 5 basic obstacles. Number one is either there is no need for that product that you have, is either the client does not have the money, is either they are not in hurry, no desire, or there is no trust. So for you to be able to beat these 5 levels of obstacle, you need to work on yourself, on your mindset as a salesperson. That's very beautiful and very powerful that I took on from the session today. So in less than 10 minutes, I would like for us to take questions. If you have your questions, you can type them out in the chat box, or you unmute your mic and quickly share your question with us. We ought to take the second session of the of today's training, but we won't be doing that due to time. So we are going to roll it over to tomorrow. Coach is going to come back again tomorrow. We are going to be having the CEO of Phipps Multilinks Limited also anchor one of the sessions. So it's going to be 2 power-packed sessions tomorrow, our MD and also Coach Seun. So get ready, and it's going to be powerful. So let's quickly take 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll call it a day. 1 or 2 questions. If you have a question, please probably raise up your hand or drop it in the chat box. Okay, Kafayat. Kafayat has a question. She's saying, please, what is the name of the book Coach read back in 2018 that changed his mindset? Okay, Coach, over to you. Coach, I think you're muted, so we didn't get that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. The 10x rule by Grant Cardone. The
10x rule.
That book is fire. No, that book is fire. As in, I was coming from a place of complacency in 2018. That book put fire under my yansh. I'm telling you. And I mean, that book has really changed. It was like the startup next level transformation for me in business and in sales.
Awesome. Kafayat, I hope that answers your question. Aminat, your hands are up, so let's take your questions quickly. Yeah, go ahead.
Aminat, you can unmute.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
My name is Aminat. Sir, please, the question I want to ask the coach is...
Your volume is low. Can you increase your volume a little bit?
The question...
Increase your voice. I think so, yeah.
We can't even hear you again.
Can you hear me like this, sir?
Yes.
Okay. The question I want to ask the coach is, where I stay, like the vicinity I stay, will it affect... How will I put that question? Where I stay, will it affect
your mindset?
No. Like, will it affect the kind of people I am going to meet, so that, like, the people I'm going to sell to, like my location?
I know people, yes, of course, it has a way of affecting it, but I know people who started from Ajegunle. I typically, I'm telling you, a real life story, and not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, who are real estate tycoons now, who are billionaires, and they started from Ajegunle. So one thing you will tell yourself is, first of all, find out who are the kind of people that can buy real estate properties and where are they. Because if they are not in your location, then you need to figure out the location where they are. Now, when it comes to the environment that empowers peak performance, optimum performance, you must understand that the neighborhood you live in affects your mindset. So one of the first things you can do, even if you are living, you can't yet afford to move to a place like Lekki Phase 1 or VGC or whatever. In your own house, engineer an environment that supports your own house. Even though you're in that environment for now, you're eventually going to move out of that environment. But your own house, make sure that it is conducive for the kind of mindset that you need. Right? Then secondly, when it comes to those people that you need, you must figure out exactly where the location where they reside or where they are, and then you go meet them. You must go meet them there. You must go meet them in their location. Visit them or whatever you have to do. You must go meet them in their location. And with technology now, you don't even need to necessarily go meet them physically. Just ensure that when you want to do the video appointment call, ensure that you have a background that mirrors their kind of environment. That's what you have to do. You have a background that mirrors that, because you can't say, oh, it's because I'm not rich yet, so I'll just do anything. No, if you have a friend that has a good house that you say, oh, I want to come and do some appointments in your house, go there, and then make sure that your environment, the visual environment they are seeing, mirrors their own environment. It looks like their own environment, because that's rich people for you. They won't do business with you if they think that you are poor. That's just it.
All right, thank you so much for that powerful answer, because honestly, what you said was very, very apt. Now, to also add to that question, one of the ways to empower your mindset to think outside of where you are currently is to read books. Read books, go for events. When we say go for events, we mean empowerment events that helps you see beyond where you are currently. I think that's one of the things I did when I started out real estate. I stumbled on real estate, right? If anybody tell me that I'm going to do real estate today, I will say it's a big lie, but I stumbled on real estate. But one of the things that helped me was that I went for knowledge. I seek for knowledge. I paid for mentorship and I was mentored. So these are things that literally will also help you shift your mindset. Sometimes you may not have, probably at the stage that you are in currently, you may not have the volume of amount to pay for mentorship, but there are YouTube courses you can take that's going to help you shift your mind. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, oh my God, that book is amazing. You need to also read that book. So because of time, we won't be able to take any further questions. We are going to roll over every question till tomorrow. See, tomorrow is going to be massive. I am telling you this. Tomorrow is going to be massive. We are going to have the MD CEO, Phipps Multilinks, join us. We are going to have Coach Seun also coming to join us. They will be taking us 2 hours stretch, one hour each. When we come, no time for blabbing, straight to the point, just like Coach did today, and it's going to be a very powerful one. So I want to see every one of us say thank you, Coach. Let's say thank you. Let's say thank you, Coach. Probably in the comments, in your various groups that you're in, because Coach has obviously dropped a lot of value today. A lot of value was actually given today. So let's say thank you, Coach. We really appreciate you so much. We do not take your time for granted. We don't take your effort for granted. Every single thing you said today was very, very meaningful, and we sincerely appreciate you for that. How many persons are coming back tomorrow? If you are coming back tomorrow, let me say I am ready for tomorrow. Let me see you type it out in the chat box. I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for tomorrow. Let me see you type that in the chat box. If you're ready, let me see you. Come on, the energy is low. Don't do that. All right. We are getting there. Money, I am not part of those who said education is better than money. Please locate me. Money will locate you, Bonnie B. Money will locate you. Awesome. So you know how we do it. This value is not meant for you alone. Go on and preach this gospel to 2 other persons, 3 other persons, and let them join in the session tomorrow. So thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate you all. We look forward to having you all this same time tomorrow, and it's going to be a blast. On Saturday is going to be a physical inspection. More details is going to be sent to you in your emails, particularly to those who registered. And also for those persons that are in the groups, we are going to be dropping the information about the physical inspection in the group. So 2 days. First day is today, tomorrow is the second day, and then the third day is going to be a physical site inspection to our properties in Lagos. So get ready, it's going to be impactful. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. See you all tomorrow. Have a lovely day.